Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Saintess of the Golden Bow demo. It has been updated since last we looked at it with a little bit more content, so let's continue roughly from where we left off. Did as best I could. I didn't actually leave a save near the end, unfortunately, so I think we're pretty much... anyway, UI's been updated. I believe some portraits have been updated. There was some extra CGs and I think choices. I think. Anyways, from where we left off, let's go, Levi. We need to rest. Training starts tomorrow. The next day, I began training with the golden bow on the palace training grounds. Much as I expected, due to its elaborate design, the bow proves difficult to use. I sent arrow after arrow flying at targets, but I only hit once out of every 10 times. Not only are my bow skills rusty, but the weapon isn't cooperating either. Finally, too frustrated to continue, I give up. I'll try again tomorrow. Make my way to my room with Levi following behind me. This is a suicide mission. We're not going to come back to Celeste alive. Please, Noah, don't say such things in public. What if someone hears you? At the end of the corridor, two people stand to the side talking. The one who said something about a suicide mission is Noah. After a conversation in the garden the other day, his words don't shock me. What does surprise me, though, is that he's openly talking about his feelings with someone else. I hide behind the pillar and take a peek at the other person. The dark-skinned knight with her hair in buns must be Tarek, Nora's right hand and the leader of the palace guards. She's wearing armor with the Lucarii Empire royal insignia on her chest, characteristic of the guards. The leader of the mission should believe in the quest success. You can't be heard doubting our ability to defeat the Demon Queen. It's just, I have a really bad feeling about Mother's request, Tarek. Why is she pushing us to go on to the Demon Queen's castle so soon? Why can't we wait a few months until everyone feels ready and has practiced fighting as a team? We can't go against the Empress's orders, you know that. She said her reason for the rush is that the demon army keeps getting closer and closer to the capital. Yet the fiends are at least 3 weeks' journey away from Solus on horseback, and they haven't made any significant movement towards us in at least a decade. We've got time. The Empress seems to have a different opinion on the matter. I just don't trust her. Noah, watch what you say. What if... Suddenly she turns around and unsheaths her sword. Who's there? She's noticed me. Step out and reveal yourself. Step out from behind the pillar, revealing myself. Oh, if it isn't the Saintess, welcome. Oh, if it isn't the Saintess, welcome. Hello? How much of our conversation did you overhear? Told you, Your Grace, you should be more careful. Sorry for eavesdropping, I was just curious. This is a sad one, but it's the truth. Noah takes a step closer to me. Oh, you were curious about me. I arch my eyebrows, unsure of what he means. I didn't say... He leans in closer to me, his face level with mine. He has a signature smirk on his face. I didn't know you were interested in me, Celeste. I don't understand what he's suggesting. He's flirting with me. That's not what I meant. Very pleased to win your attention. If you want to know more about me, how about we get together for tea? He really is hitting on me. I feel embarrassed, unsure of how to respond. I'm not... Would tomorrow afternoon be okay for you? Not that he's letting me get a word in edgewise anyway. Anger rises in my heart. I'm not interested in you. Take a few steps back, putting distance between us again. Oh, I pull up the save menu apparently by right-clicking accidentally. Noah chuckles. I let out a frustrated huff. I don't appreciate you flirting with me. Is that what I'm doing? You clearly are. The other day he wanted to kill me, and today he's playing with me. What a frustrating guy. I'm leaving. I rush towards my room, my footsteps heavy. I feel furious at Noah for clearly making fun of me. Levi follows behind me like my shadow. I spend the next few days training with a golden bow. I increased my accuracy rate, but I'm still struggling to wield the weapon. In the afternoon, Elijah approaches me. How's training going? Should I be honest with him? I hesitate, but I know I'll need his help to access the bow's magic. Honestly, the training's not going great. I feel like the bow is fighting me for control. The bow was supposed to be semi-sentient. It may very well be that it hasn't yet fully accepted you. It hasn't fully accepted me? What should I do to make the artifact approve of me? Unfortunately, I don't know. It will continue to be a struggle, won't it? I wanted to ask you something. Ever since I was chosen as the Saintess, you're the High Priest, so you know a lot about holy magic. Is that right? As much as a human possibly can. I'm the strongest light magic user in the Empire. Oh, that's right. I remember that part from the book. Everyone thought Elijah would become the Saint, but on his 18th birthday, he didn't get chosen. The previous High Priest abdicated at that time and passed on the role to Elijah. That's how Elijah came to have such a high position at such a young age. The novel also said Elijah's light magic is abnormally strong. Could you teach me about light magic? Sure, but you have no magic of your own. You know that, right? I nod. Celeste was never a magic user, and that fact didn't change when I took over her body. I had to defeat the demon queen with the golden bow's magic, right? So is there a way for me to access it? Ah, yes, artifacts like the golden bow do carry their own magic. You'll have to have a magical affinity of your own to use their power. Although already being trained in wielding magic would help you understand more easily how the bow's magic is used. Still, I can at least explain the basics to you, and then with practice I'm sure you'll catch on. What if I don't understand what he tries to teach me? Will he be doomed to fail then? I swallow hard. I'm afraid I'll be a magical failure. No, gloomy thoughts won't help make anything better. I need to focus on what Elijah can teach me and do my best to understand the golden bow's power. Please teach me what you know about using the artifact's holy magic. Sure. Elijah moves behind me, touching the hand I'm using to aim the golden bow. Close your eyes. Oh, we'll pour some of my light magic into you so that you can understand how magic flows through the human body. To access the golden bow's magic, you have to pull some of that magic towards you and let it enter your body. Be open to it, don't struggle against the power. Close my eyes just like Elijah commands. Feel his grip on my hand growing firmer. He's standing behind me, his chest pressed against my back so I can feel the heat of his body touching mine. The contact is quite intimate and makes my cheeks flush with embarrassment. Then I feel Elijah's magic enter my body. It's a gentle stream, not as strong as when he examined me for injuries a few days ago. Still, I can feel the magic coursing through my veins. Focus on the flow of the magic. Elijah told me to focus on the flow of the magic, so I don't let myself succumb to the pleasant feeling of closeness. I focus on the power coursing through my veins instead. Do you feel how the magic is moving through you? Yes, I do. Elijah lets go of me and steps away, taking the comforting presence of his magic with him. I'm almost saddened suddenly, feeling as if I have lost something important. I shake off this strange emotion. You must convince the golden bow to let you access its magic, then pull the power towards yourself and let it flow through your body. Only by doing so will you be able to aim that magic with your arrow and strike the demon queen when the time comes. Use my staff as a way to store more magic. Even though I have magic of my own within my body, I can only use more powerful spells with the staff's help. Just like what you must do with the bow, I draw the magic of my staff into my body so I can release the power as bolts of light. I keep accidentally right-clicking. The human body is a conduit for an artifact's magic. I nod, trying my best to comprehend what Elijah is explaining. Just use enter, I can't. I'll try it out. I'm back to clicking. Great, let me know if you have any more questions. I have to return to my office. You can find me there, whenever you need me. After Elijah leaves, I return to practicing archery. I try to pull the bow's magic towards me like he instructed. But I can't replicate what the High Priest did. Even so, I keep trying. There's too much at stake for me to give up so easily. Okay, that's enough for today. I can't overdo it or else I wouldn't have the strength to train tomorrow. Do a few stretches, grab my bow, and make my way back to my room. Oh! In the palace corridor, I run into someone I hadn't expected to meet again. Greetings, Lady Celeste. George nods at me, putting a hand over his heart. I make my best attempt at a curtsy. Your Grace? George looks me up and down, his eyes show concern. Are you doing okay? Yes, I am. You ran off from the ball the other night and never returned. It's true that I embarrassed myself by running away from George and Penelope in the middle of our conversation. It's about to have an anxiety attack, so I needed to get away, but After I met Noah in the gardens and cried my eyes out, I was too tired to rejoin the party. I didn't want to be amongst people anymore anyway, especially nobles who were just waiting for me to make a blunder. I've been worried for you. Now that was unexpected. Why would George worry about me? We barely know each other. I've really been okay. Get the feeling he doesn't buy my words. Walk with me in the gardens. Doesn't want to hurt to get to know one of the most important people in the Lokari Empire better. Okay. We walked for a while in silence until we reached the less frequented part of the gardens. I've been meaning to ask you about something, but the dining table during a ball didn't seem like the right place. Can you tell me more about the demon that attacked you? Yes, of course. It was an imp, if I recognized it correctly. It was a small flying creature with a scorpion's tail, long horn, and sharp claws. Yes, that's right. It had a reddish-gray skin and red wings with some symbols tattooed on them. They come in various colors. Do they? Yes, imps are aplenty at the warfront. They have a cruel nature, seeking to play with their victims rather than outright kill them like other monstrosities. Though they're relatively easy to kill with magic or arrows if one can keep up with their swift movements. They know how to dodge attacks well. Demons are more intelligent than humans give them credit for. You know a lot about demons. I'm not sure how much you know about me. I used to be the general of the Lokari Empire's army and fought on the warfront for years. The general? Yes, the highest ranking officer in the field. But aren't you very young to hold such an important position? George chuckles, in momentary stunned when I see his beautiful, carefree smile. You're one to judge. Celeste just turned 18 this year. I was 3 years older when I died. Yeah, you're right. I'm 26. Oh, then you're not that much older than me. You think 8 years is not much? In this world where there are bigger age gaps between couples in arranged marriages. Wait, why am I thinking about George as a love interest? He isn't asking me this question for me to consider him romantically? It depends on what you're asking. Suppose you're right. It's just that I feel older than my age. The years I spent on the battlefield took a toll on me. Can you tell me more about the war? Sure. What would you like to know? The war's been going on for a few decades now. Is it really impossible to win without the Saint? We've encountered the Demon Queen herself on numerous occasions, but we couldn't kill her with weapons or magic. Even the light magic wielded by powerful priests couldn't breach her defenses. She has a dark aura shield around her that deflects all incoming attacks. Nothing has been able to get through so far. And she keeps the demon army very well organized. They obey her commands, even at the cost of their lives. Since demons value their lives so little, they fight viciously and to the death. They're a difficult opponent to face. You've really seen the Demon Queen? Yes, though she can change her form. One moment she's a beautiful woman, the next she's a horrifying monstrosity. I see. After making a circle around the gardens, we returned to the corridor. I'll have to make my way back to the palace now. Duty calls. I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. No, I wanted to talk to you. I need a break sometimes too. If you ever have more questions about the war or the Demon Queen, don't hesitate to ask me whenever we have the opportunity to talk. I'd love to learn more about your role as the general too. Really? It's nice of you to be interested in me. I may or may not answer you though, depending on the question. George clearly has a secret, and I don't feel like I can pressure him for answers. He's already shared some useful information with me today anyway. Okay, thank you for talking to me. It was a pleasure. And, Lady Celeste, I know you carry a heavy burden now, having the responsibility of the Saints on your shoulders, but don't be so hard on yourself. You're trying your best. Thank you. We say our goodbyes and part ways. Found George very intimidating at first, considering his high position in noble society, but he's actually a kind man, isn't he? As I return to my room, I'm again faced with an unexpected encounter. Celeste, fancy running into you again. I fear I can't say the same, Your Grace. And here I was, waiting for the opportunity to apologize to you. Apologize? Quite unexpected of me, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you finally changed your mind about teasing me, Your Grace. About teasing you? You mean the way I'm keeping you on your toes? We both know that's quite entertaining for both of us. No, wait! But no, I want to say sorry about the other day in the garden. That was overly dramatic. Aren't you always? You could say that. Still, we can certainly agree that putting a sword to your throat is on another level than our usual conversations or even the way I act towards a mother. Should I give you two some privacy? You don't have to, Tarek. I don't think I properly introduced you to Celeste. She's the head of the palace guards, isn't she? That's not what I meant. Tarek is also like a mother to me. She's been my personal guard since I was little, before I promoted her to be my right hand, the person who keeps order in the palace on my behalf. She's a very important person to me, my link to the Durandi legacy. It always warms my heart when you speak so highly of me. How could I not? You always supported me, even when I had nobody to rely on. Your father, the late Emperor Consort, died when you were young, right? Since the Empress didn't have a good relationship with Noah, he had no other person he could call family. It's not surprising he came to treat Tarek as his personal guard, his family. I already knew that much from the book, but seeing Noah admit of his love for Tarek still warms my heart. There's more to Noah than just annoyingly flirting with me, that's for sure. Yes, my father died when I was 6. I can't say I remember his face that well. If not for the family portraits, I would have already forgotten the way he looked. Because every day when I stare in the mirror, I only see my mother's features, her face, her hair color, the way we smile. They're all the same. The only thing I inherited from my father is the color of my eyes and my slightly darker complexion. Noah glances at Tarek. Sometimes I wish I could have more proof of my southern legacy than just skin that looks tan and an eye color unusual for little Kari. Tarek's expression turns sad. She looks at Noah with both love and pity in her eyes. I too feel what Noah said deeply. Of course he wants to know more about his father's side of the family, about his roots. It's not easy to be a person of mixed race, especially without family who can teach you about your culture. I'm glad Tarek was there for you, Your Grace. So am I. That's why, Celeste, I may sometimes be overly dramatic, flamboyant even. That's the way I deal with the world. That doesn't mean I'm not sincere when I apologize to you. I really am sorry for the other day. I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay. I'm not that mad about it anymore. But you are still a little angry? A little. Very well, I can accept that. I hope that anger is a great source of motivation to drive one forward. Hope you will use that energy well. Just don't go overboard with being mad at me. I wouldn't want your anger to turn into resentment. Alright. Noah and Tarek escort me to my family's apartment, where we say our goodbyes. The more I learn about Noah, the more I realize how human he is. He's a multifaceted individual, not just a character in the story, but a real person. We're all real people, I mustn't forget that fact. Is your training going well? In the evening, Eurydice comes by my room. I'm happy to have her company. Eurydice has always been a ray of sunshine in Celeste's life. I'm glad the two of them have such a good relationship. I feel like an imposter by pretending to be Celeste in front of her own twin sister. Keep right clicking. She hasn't figured out I'm someone else yet, though, so I'll continue acting for as long as I can. Not really. They'll long sigh and tell Eurydice about my training. They'll understand what the High Priest means about accessing the Golden Bow's magic. Every time I try to think about the artifact letting me share in some godly power, nothing happens. It's frustrating. Elijah showed me how I can feel to receive the magic, but I can't reproduce the result. I have no affinity for magic. I don't understand what to do. Don't pressure yourself so much. It's only been a few hours since you even found out how light magic is used. You're right. I should be more patient. I'm just annoyed because the golden bow is so clunky and it's designed to aiming as hard as well. I glare at the offending object which rests next to my bed. It's like the golden bow is actively resisting me. I don't think that's possible. Elijah said the golden bow is semi-sentient. Well, it did have the will to choose its scene. I always thought choosing was all it could do, though, except for killing the Demon Queen, acting as a normal weapon. The golden bow is a mystery, that's for sure. A long sigh. You should take some time off to relax. Can't, not when I had no way have so little time to train. You're not going to be any good at learning how to wield the bow if you just train constantly. The human body and mind have to take breaks from time to time. I know what we should do. Lady Penelope is organizing a tea party in the royal gardens in 3 days. Who is Lady Penelope? The Duchess of Ventus? I looked through Celeste's memories, but come up with no information about the Duchess of Ventus. Or Ventus. I have no idea whom you're talking about. I sat next to her during the last ball. I feel myself going pale, then red. Duchess Penelope was the one who wanted me to embarrass myself further during dinner. That's not a good idea. I didn't want to go to a tea party. No, definitely not. The Duchy of Ventus is known for its lavender fields and beautiful gardens. They also make the best honey in the empire. Now that you're the Saintess, the Duchess invited us to her tea party. Many other important people will be there too. All the more reason why I shouldn't go. Please, Lady Letitia asked me to convince you to come. Duchess Letitia is a friend of Eurydice. Her family, I know they own the vast fields, and the people working for them produce the majority of grain in the empire. Letitia is kind and compassionate. She took Eurydice into her entourage 2 years ago, elevating Eurydice's status in society. Celeste feels indebted to the Duchess. But I don't have no desire to go to Lady Penelope's tea party and further embarrass myself. Lady Letitia said that now that you have such a high standing in society, you should take part in the politics of the Empire more often, Celeste. You're going on the quest now, but once you return home, you will still be the Saintess. You have the chance to be very influential if you use your opportunities correctly. Nothing bad will happen with myself and Lady Letitia around. Please, Celeste. When Eurydice begs me like this, I find her pleas hard to refuse. I don't want to go, but she's the point. I am planning to survive the mission. That fact means I'll have a future life beyond just fighting against the Demon Queen. I will return to the palace and I'll have to hone my etiquette skills. I don't want to end up an important player in the politics of the Empire, but I also don't want to become an embarrassment to myself and my sister. Alright, I'll go. With a heavy heart, I agreed to Eurydice's request. Really? Yes, really. Don't ask me again or I might change my mind. Eurydice grabs my hands and jumps up and down, squealing. Now you're the one not acting like a noble lady. Oh, come on. Don't pretend like you care about acting prim and proper now. Thank you, Celeste. I have a bad feeling about the tea party. Now that I've agreed to go through, I'll have to keep my word and do so no matter what. The next day, I'm returning from training when I witness a commotion in front of the doors to the throne room. People dressed in rags and with burns on their bodies and badly bandaged wounds push against the guards who stand between the crowd and the entrance to the Grand Hall. Stop pushing! We need to see the Empress! Please, let us through! Mom, I'm so hungry! Hush, love, we'll get you some food soon. I turn around to look at Levi. Any idea what's going on here? No, but it may be worth asking about if you wish. I'll keep you safe. I nod. I want to find out what's wrong and how I can help. I approach the crowd from behind and tap one of the men on the shoulder. He turns around and gives me a desperate look. My lady, please help us! What's happening? Who are you? We're refugees from Barwood, a town that's a mere hour's ride from the front lines. But 2 months ago, the demons reached our homes. They burned our beloved town to the ground. Yes, it's as my wife says. Barwood is nothing but ash and ruin now. We took our families and walked all the way to the capital on foot to seek the help of our benevolent ruler. But our benevolent ruler doesn't even want to see us. Look past them to see the throng of refugees crowding around the guards, pressing closer to the throne room entrance. How long have you been waiting for an audience? Since morning. We've run out of supplies and money. We're hungry. I want to call the Empress a kind ruler, so I'm not shocked that she doesn't give a damn about the refugees. She hasn't wanted to see them since morning. I doubt she ever will. I have no idea how to break the news to the couple. They're looking at you with such expectancy. I'm gonna help them. No, I will help them. Levi, can you run to the kitchen and bring water and some bread and butter for the refugees? The kitchen staff don't want to cooperate. Tell them the Saintess sent you. I'll go talk to Prince Noah. Maybe he can help, or at least tell me what else we can do for the refugees. Yes, my lady. Levi bows to me and runs off. You're the Saintess, my lady? The Saintess! What I see in the eyes of the crowd now is reverence, and the emotion scares me. I'm just me, Celeste. I don't feel like a holy person. Still, I suddenly understand what the Saintess means to the common folk. People step closer, extending their arms to grab me. I grow afraid. Levi's not with me. I gotta go. I'll be back with help soon. I turn around and bolt away from the crowd, running as quickly as my feet can carry me. Saintess means so many different things to different people. Hello, save menu. A savior, a noble of high standing, a perfect archer. Yet why do I feel like none of those titles suit me? Still, I want to help the refugees, so I run to Noah's office. Noah's secretary leads me into the office where the prince is meeting with Tarek. Lady Celeste de Curie, Saintess of the Golden Bow. I curtsy quickly and sloppily. Noah's office is spacious with a large green rug in the middle and several pieces of expensive-looking artwork on the wall. I'm not interested in the decor right now, though. Oh, if it isn't Saintess, you look radiant today. Must be. Don't start now, Noah. Noah drops his usual smirk, sensing that I'm serious. What's going on? I met a group of refugees from Barwood in front of the throne room. They've been waiting for an audience with the Empress since morning. They're thirsty, hungry, and have festering, badly tended wounds. There are men, women, and small children there, whole families who have run here from the battlefront. Yet the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please help, Noah. Noah gives me a long look, his expression angry. Even for my mother, this sort of behavior is too much. I agree with him, but it's not my place to say anything. Thank you for bringing the matter to my attention. I'll do anything in my power to help them. I'll find the refugees new homes in the capital, and I will make sure they're fed. Thank you, Noah. What is the palace guard doing when there are so many people in need here? Guard is protecting the entrance to the throne room. That's... I'll have a word with William. Clearly the Empress doesn't want to deal with the refugees. Celeste, could I ask you a favor? What is it? Could you go by the priest's office and summon a healer or two who can tend to the refugees? I would send one of my own people, but I'm not sure who's on the side of the Empress and who's loyal to me anymore. I think the matter of the refugees should be taken care of quietly behind my mother's back. Tarek will help me arrange accommodations and food for the refugees, but I would like them to be healed as well. I don't trust anybody else not to blabber about what we're doing. Of course, I can go to the church wing and talk to the priests. I'm sure they'll be happy to help once they're aware of the matter. I nod, say my goodbyes, and leave the office. I've never been to the wing of the palace where the priests reside, and neither is Celeste, so I ask the servant for directions. Soon I find the door to the priest's office. I knock. Come in. Enter the lavishly decorated room. To the left, numerous cabinets support shelf upon shelf of thick-spined books, while a large beautiful painting hangs on the opposite wall. 3 people sit behind desks. To my left, a green-haired man with a scowl on his face is looking through the large stacks of papers, not sparing me a glance. His table is decorated with shining crystals. How curious. To the right, a priestess with curly red hair looks up from the architectural plans of a huge building where she's been drawing something with red ink. She gives me a pleasant smile. At the podium in the back is Elijah's desk. The high priest gives me a surprised look when he sees me. You've come to visit me so soon, Saintess. That's a Saintess? The woman looks me up and down, then smiles again. I'm happy to finally meet you. I'm Meredith, overseer of the construction of the cathedral in Solus. Didn't even know there was a cathedral being built in the capital, further evidence of how little Celeste cares about anything other than hunting and horse riding. The Saint's son. I'm Gareth, Elijah's right hand. Gareth barely spares me a glance. He must be really busy with organizing his paperwork. I'm here because I want to ask you a favor, High Priest. It's fine to call me Elijah. How can I help? I needed the small voice break. It's fine to call me Elijah. How can I help? I look at Gareth and Meredith, unsure if I should speak while they're here. Gareth and Meredith are my most trusted people. You can tell me anything you need in their presence. Is something wrong? I guess if Elijah thinks it's fine, then I'm okay to speak with his 2 subordinates around us. A crowd of refugees is gathered outside the throne room. They've come from Barwood, near the battlefront, and want an audience with the Empress. They wish to ask her for help. They have nothing but what they managed to salvage from their town before it burned. They're hungry and badly wounded. But the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please, Elijah, could you use your light magic to heal their wounds? Of course I will. You don't have to ask me twice. Gareth, you will come with me. What? With the paperwork? The documents can wait. I know how much you hate having to organize them anyway. Healing's not a break, but I'll help. Gareth gets up from his seat and grabs 2 heavy bags from underneath his desk. Supplies to clean wounds and apply medicine the non-magical way. Blah. Let's go. Meredith, please take care of the office while we're away. Of course. Elijah, Gareth, and I leave the priest's office and walk to the corridor in front of the throne room. Both Noah and Levi have returned. Levi and other servants are distributing water and bread from the kitchen to all the people in need. Wearing a serious expression on his face, Noah talks with the couple I spoke to earlier. Tarek takes notes from the conversation on a notepad, her quill moving quickly and efficiently. As soon as Elijah and Gareth see the extent of the refugees' injuries, they throw themselves into action, starting with the most seriously wounded. Their hands glow as they use their healing magic. Is there anything I can do to help? Ask Noah if there's anything else he can do. I approach Noah, listening to his conversation as he speaks with the couple I talked to earlier. I'm the mayor of Bartwood, or rather I used to be. Now I'm just the mayor of ruins. Our home's burned to the ground. I'm so sorry for your loss. The man huffs. It's war, and the front line's been shifting towards Barwood for months. And so we held on to hope that the saint would be chosen before our homes were destroyed. That miracle didn't happen, but the man looks at me. At least now we finally have the Saintess. Maybe once the Demon Queen is defeated, the ruins of our town will stop burning. Then we can return home and rebuild Barwood. So it's true that the fire the demons cast on buildings is ever burning. We stayed in the area for a week to organize ourselves for our journey here. The town was still burning when we ran off. We sent scouts to town to see if anything was salvageable. When they returned, they said the fire was still as hot and widespread as when the demons first attacked. It must be magical. That's valuable information for our quest. Our party will most likely have to pass through Barwood on our way to defeat the Demon Queen. If that's truth, the town has finally stopped burning when we arrive, we will search the ruins. Thank you, but I doubt anything of value remains in Barwood. That chapter of our lives is over. I just want to move on now. I'll help you as much as I can. The Empress doesn't seem to want to get involved in the situation, though. It's her job to handle matters regarding refugees. I'll go behind her back to help you out, so I'll need to be careful in how I approach the situation. We appreciate any help you can offer. The man looks around. You're already helping plenty by distributing the provisions and healing the wounded. I want to help further, though. I can organize accommodations for you and help your people find jobs, too. I can provide rations until you're all ready to stand on your own feet. You would really do so much for us? Won't the Empress get angry with you for getting so involved with us? She will, but it won't be the first time I've gone against her. I'm leaving the palace in 3 weeks anyway. I won't have to deal with her anger for long. Is there anything I can do to help? In my office, I have a ledger with addresses of people who agree to provide shelters should a situation such as this one arise. The information is a bit disorganized, so I won't ask you to be the one to pull it from the book. Tarek is familiar with how I noted down everything. Tarek, please go to the office and use the information in the ledger to make a list of homes that should be able to take in refugees. Understood. In the meantime, Celeste, you can help me talk to the families here. We should note down which people want to stay together so we can assign the families to the homes more easily later. Is that plan all right with you? Of course. I want to help however I can. Excellent. You want to be the one to talk to the families or the one taking notes? Can I risk Noah realizing that I'm unable to write in the language of the Lokari Empire? A noble lady who couldn't write would be very strange. Lady gave me an option that doesn't require writing. I'd rather talk to the people. Alright, let's get started then. Tarek leaves from Noah's office, and Noah and I approach the families one by one. There are really a lot of people here, but everyone's very cooperative, so we managed to compile a list in 2 hours. The sun sets, the sky turning dark. Tarek returns with her own list. It's about the same size as ours, from what I can tell. I'm surprised there are so many people here ready to help those in need. It took me a few years to find willing contacts. Still, some of them may refuse us. Regardless, we should have enough space to house everyone. If not, I will buy out a few inns while I look for more people to help. I give Noah a long look. I say you're the Mad Prince, but all you do is disobey the Empress. Of course, I know from the book that there's a lot more to Noah than that reputation, yet Celeste's only opinion of him is based on Noah being the Mad Prince. And do you agree with that image of me? I do see you as someone who's not afraid to speak up, even if doing so means going against the Empress. You're also a well-organized and charismatic leader. Well, rumor has it that you're the Count de Curie's good-for-nothing daughter. Yet look at you now, organizing help for refugees. Can't stand by when they see people in need. I appreciate the sentiment. Not everyone is as ready to aid others. I might have said before that all one needs to be a Saintess is good skill in archery. However, for the last 2 decades, while waiting for the bow to choose its own wielder, the idea of the Saint became a beacon of hope for our people. They need the chosen one to be so much more than just a talented archer. I'm glad that Golden Bow chose someone who cares for the well-being of others. Noah's right. The more I learn about the role of the Saintess, the more I realize there's more to the position than shooting an arrow at the Demon Queen's heart to kill her. Thank you for helping. You were right to come to me. I'm glad you did. Noah and Turek started assigning people to their temporary homes. Since I can't be of any more help, I excuse myself back to my room. I'm tired. At the same time, I'm happy I was able to help the refugees.